You could be going through what is probably the worst moment of your life, and someone will come up to you and tell you that everything happens for a reason. And I am that person. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, I know that it is frustrating and it can feel completely obnoxious and purposeless, but I have a philosophy that you have to be delusional enough to believe that everything happens for a reason. Okay, here are my credentials. In the span of a year to 6 months, I experienced, and I'm currently experiencing some of these things still, a traumatic family medical event and a breakup at the same time. And I will say that at the head of this medical family emergency happening was the beginning of this relationship, and it was very poor timing, all of it. And so coming out of that relationship, in the eye of the hurricane of this family medical event, I had been completely devastated in every single definition of that word. Every single side of it, I had become. I don't think I have ever been so physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted than I had been in that moment. And so much so that I'm still actively recovering from it, in ways. But something that has been getting me through it is believing that there is a purpose and a meaning behind all of it, even when it feels absolutely insane to think that there is anything good that can be found in something so traumatic and devastating. I don't know who I was 6 months ago, and it's been completely dysregulating, having to rediscover a new self, a person after everything that's happened. I feel like I have become a completely new person. The girl that I was 6 months ago saw life and through eyes that are completely different than mine now. I handle everything so differently now. I take in everything so differently now. Going through this transitional period, in the beginning of it, I feel like I became a monster in a way, a person so full of grief and anger and sadness and just I feel like every emotion that a human could ever feel, I was feeling at the same time. And I'd like to think that I'm better now, but I do still think at times that girl, that girl that's so hurt and angry and upset with everything that has happened comes through. And that's okay. I have to allow myself to feel that, to come out on the other side of it. You have to allow yourself to feel these things and experience them and confront them and acknowledge it as it's happening so that you can come out onto the other side of it. Now, I feel like to have this belief that everything happens for a reason, you have to acknowledge the fact that nothing happens for a reason at all. Everything in life is inherently purposeless. Everyone starts at a completely blank slate, and you are the one who has to give purpose to your own narrative. Because if there was a guideline to be followed, then everyone would be following it. Everyone would have the same jobs, everyone would be living the same life, this, that, and the other. You have to be delusional enough to believe that everything happens for a reason. Call it a cope. I call it emotionally grounding. Everyone has their own vices in the world, and mine is hope and optimism to a sickening degree at times. But that is how you survive in the world. That is how I survive in the world, and everyone will survive differently, but I don't think it hurts anyone for me to hold on to hope. I do want to acknowledge that it's a way and a privilege to allow yourself to believe that everything happens for a reason. I am privileged in the fact that I have a lot of support around me and love and people who give me energy, and it's because of them that I can feel safe in trusting myself. And it took a lot to get here, and it took a lot for me to feel like I can trust in time and in myself and be okay, and that I can, no matter what, get on the other side of whatever happens around me, to with anything. I have enough faith to carry me through. And that's why it's also very important to surround yourself with the right people, to find a good environment. It's also to make the most out of your environment as well, because there are circumstances where you don't have a lot of control in many things. But what you can control is the lens that you see your life through. Because nobody can take that from you. Everyone can take anything tangible and material, but no one can take your knowledge and your morals and your beliefs away from you. You deserve to give yourself the space to breathe. You deserve to give yourself the space to feel love, and not just from other people, but from yourself. You deserve to give yourself a chance. You deserve to get out of whatever hole that you may feel like you're in. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter how devastating it can feel, no one can save you from what you're going through, especially if you don't want to be saved, especially if you don't trust that you can be okay being saved. At the end of the day, you have to make the decision if you want to be better, if you want to get better, if you want to grow, if you want to choose to learn. It's up to you. If you want to choose failure as a necessity, as accepting the reality that it is, and using it as fuel to get stronger, you can. I think the bravest people that I know, the strongest people that I know, are the ones that are going through the most tumultuous events. Because I think where there is struggle, there is so much growth. And I can't be the one to tell you what exactly can be gained from your specific experience, especially if I haven't experienced it myself. But what I can say is that I've learned how to be patient, to have more patience, because I'm not a very patient person naturally. It's taught me to have a lot of patience with other people and with myself, to have trust in timing, to have trust in myself. I've learned what it is to have loved. I've learned how to carry that, and I've learned just how much it goes in hand with grief, and how to carry both of those simultaneously. I've learned just how much happiness coincides with sadness, and how ultimately they have to coexist, because one cannot be appreciated without the other. Both are very important, I feel. And I think that's what makes you the most alive, your struggle. Not to romanticize it, because you shouldn't do that, but I think there is something to appreciate in the opportunity that's there when you are struggling. All that to say, allow yourself the kindness to give yourself grace, because you deserve it. And you shouldn't feel guilty about trying to seek the good in things. Everything happens for a reason. You're watching this because you needed to see it, maybe. Or a part of you believes in this. So I hope you can find it in yourself to be gentle with yourself and with other people, because you never know what somebody's going through. And never compare situations. Your worst moment can be someone's piece of cake, but their worst moment can be terrible, and you'd think, I could get through that. It's not fair. So be kind and try to be understanding, and don't be so angry about people not understanding you. The right people will find you. You just got to cultivate that circle and believe in yourself enough. keep believing in yourself.